Hi, Jarkko and Pradeep. Welcome to the Leanpub launch video for AI-powered data products. I was wondering if you could both take a minute to introduce yourselves and to talk to all of us about your book and how you're planning to publish it.
All right, I'll go ahead and thank you for the opportunity. Jarkko Moilanen, passionate data API and data economy enthusiast. Over 20 years of experience in business development in multiple roles such as Chief Development Officer, Chief Data Officer, and so on. And also, I was the first Chief Data Officer Ambassador of Finland in a global network of CDOs organized by MIT. I have one PhD already in my pocket about information science, and now doing my second one, this time on economics, and specifically about data economy, which is also one of the topics in our book. So that's briefly about me.
Fantastic.
So I know
you.
Yeah. So I'm passionate about solving business problems using data science. So I have 11 years of experience in data science and AI. So I have worked predominantly in areas of NLP, NLU, and machine learning. I work for Fortune 100 companies across different verticals like banking and financial services, supply chain, healthcare, retail, and education verticals. I had set up data science and analytics work streams across these organizations and built the data science teams from scratch in most of them. And currently, I'm pursuing my PhD in operations management and quantitative techniques from Indian Institute of Management in Indore. That's about me.
Fantastic. And Jarkko, if you could talk a little bit about what the book is about and who it's for.
Yeah, it's easy to start, for example, why this book was written. So, and it's easy to take turn then to for whom it is. So basically, we all know that data exchange and even the data monetization has been a hot topic for some years already now, and the data economy is finally starting to grow. And I was lucky to be part of the beginning of it. And during my journey with different companies, I've helped to build around 300 data products in different segments and different companies. And I noticed, luckily, that during some years ago, data started to be less treated as a pure technical asset, and it became more like a commodity. So it means that the business people started to understand it. And when business people start to understand it, then the investments in the data economy actually start to grow. And then we eventually get the data in broader use. It is reused more and so on. And that actually led to the idea of the book of the AI-powered data products. Since we have had the data product concept for a while already, and now the business people got it. But for the past years, the discussion kind of stopped in still around the same topic that what is a data product? And now we hear that's still going on. So I kind of got bored with it, and I'm always I would say that I'm a front runner person, always looking for the next step. And the final push for the AI and data product combination came actually from OpenAI and the ChatGPT. And then it actually hit me that, okay, we need to combine these two. And that's where it came from. And the idea is that, okay, the technical people, they have understood the data products for a while already. Technical people like Pradeep, they know the AI world, they know the potential of it, but the business people, they don't still get it. And let alone they don't even see yet how the AI and data product actually can be combined in a more advanced way. So the idea to whom we actually are writing the book is primarily for the business people managing and leading data-driven efforts in the companies. And these roles normally are data product managers, chief data officers, CIOs and CEOs and so on. And we don't want to write a book which is filled with technical terms. that's a big turnoff for any of these business people. So we just use the bare minimum technical terms and help the business people to understand what is the potential of this new form of data products, basically.
Yeah, it's a great idea for a book. Pradeep, I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about our audience at Leanpub is both people who read books and people who write books. And so if you could talk a little bit about how you and Jarkko work together to co-author a book. Do you each take a chapter? One person writes it, one person edits it, things like that?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So the way we are actually working is Jarkko comes from the data products perspective, right? So I, being a AI person and being in the field for more than 11 years, right? So I understand how these data products are consumed by, AI algorithms. So from a data science perspective, most of these data products are built for different business functions. So they usually tend to be in silos. And how do we actually make these data products talk to each other through AI algorithms? And how does business leaders from different functions of the organization enable and collaborate so that these AI algorithms can utilize the best potential of it? So that's where I am trying to pitch in and partnering with Jarkko on how can these data products can function together, what should be the way to implement this AI and talk to the data products. So it's a consumption part is something that I am authoring.
Fantastic.
About the process itself, I've written a couple of books earlier on, and so I kind of have the experience how to do it and how to make the process so that it actually gets done. Lessons learned. So
yeah.
The first thing that I actually did for us was a simple spreadsheet of topics, high level topics, and then subtopics on it, and then a small description of every one of those. That what is it about, and then some estimation that okay, this will be like 5 pages, 10 pages. Okay, this looks like that. That now it looks balanced. So I came from the table of contents point of view that, okay, let's make a balanced book about data and data products and AI. And from there, then I actually presented this idea to my colleague and, okay, this is what I want to do. Do you want to pitch in? Because I don't know as much about AI as you do, for example, but I know the data economy. And I have this idea that what if we just bring the AI agents into the data productizement? So actually that boosts up and everything, and it's going to change the way of thinking and everything. And then the tool-wise, I fell in love with the Overleaf platform, which is normally used by academic people to write articles and so on. But you can also write books. And you can do it in a shared environment that everyone sees what's happening, and you can co-author it pretty easily. And it's always formatted to the end result at the same time. So I can get the PDF content visible on my right side, and I have the raw content on my left side, and it just edit it, and it actually renders it directly. Okay, it's gonna look like this. So and then. Basically, I set up the Overleaf environment and invited Pradeep to there, and then we have started to go through that process. And then we have, Teams meetings occasionally. Okay, we need to discuss this part, or this is something that we need our ideas or something like that. And basically, that's how it goes. Basically, that we go operatively, we go forward, and we don't even know exactly yet what's the complete result. So it's not decided, it's not carved on stone, it's a direction. Okay, let's go there, and it's alive until we finish it. But we have a plan, quite clear plan from the day one that, okay, it's gonna be like this, these are the things, and now let's just write it.
Thank you very much for explaining that. That's a really great process. And it's something that actually, like, as you say, sort of having written a couple of books yourself, how difficult it actually can be to sort of come up with a process that works and get to the finish line. So hopefully we'll have you both back on when you do get to the finish line, hopefully in October or so. And thank you very much. The book for everyone watching is AI AI-powered data products. It's really good. It's really informative. And as they said, they know all the technical stuff, but they're not going to hit you with all the jargon. So thank you very much, Jarkko and Pradeep, for being on this launch video.
Excellent. Thanks again.
Thanks.
Thanks.